title white bass.
Welcome to Supreme Outdoors. I'm Justin Koput.
And I'm Matt Gilgenbach.
And on today's episode, we have us targeting 3 different bodies of water. First, we started out with Petenwell Flowage, targeting a couple different species there, and then Matt was out.
Yeah, I was out on Lake Winnebago, and you know, I caught some white bass and some perch, and it was a pretty interesting day for me.
Yeah, we also have some footage of us on a small foot access lake only up in northern Wisconsin, targeting some really nice bluegills up there. So we'll put together this show for you guys, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hey guys, I'm out on Lake Winnebago here, and I'm sitting on a very weird variety of fish. I got a crappie, some perch, white bass. I caught a walleye early this morning, and what boggles my mind is I'm sitting in a mud flat, so it's just weird how these fish are really schooled up. Nope, here's one. Come on. They're coming through in really big schools, which is nice. I like that. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Got him. There we go. My perch. Oh, white bass. So, like I said, like 2 minutes ago, I just caught a perch. So, you know, this ain't the biggest. You know, I got some bigger ones, but they're down there and they're biting, so I'm gonna keep catching them and make a nice dinner for myself tonight.
So I'm pulling a lot of these fish off the bottom, and I noticed some odd things. You know, for Winnebago it's kind of normal, but some of these fish were up higher in the column. I'm talking, you know, I'm fishing in 16 feet of water, and these fish were 8, 9 feet down. I mean, sometimes even higher. And I reeled up to them, and there was the perch hanging out way up high, and I caught probably 75% of my fish up there.
I've noticed throughout all of our fishing and our trips, I mean, just throughout the years, more of your active fish, the most active fish are always the more suspended ones, it seems like. So you got your fish on the bottom, and sometimes if you can't get them to bite, I mean, I saw with you on Bago and everywhere else we fished so far this year, that if you bring that bait up higher in the column on them suspended fish, they're most likely going to hit.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, it's hard to almost transition because you're trying to pull the white bass. You know, you sometimes you'll get them up in the column too, but the white bass off the bottom, right, and work them up, and then you got your perch that are way up high, and then, you know, you got to be watching both sides of your screens, you know, especially because I run zoom mode all the time. So I'm watching both sides of the screens constantly, you know, and working fish from the bottom, and then working fish from 8 feet up. And there was actually one time I had a fish come from 8 feet up all the way up to the bottom of my hole, and then smacked my lure, and I missed it.
Now, I noticed as well as you know Bago, Matt, is that pretty common? On most lakes, usually your perch are tighter to the bottom, it seems like. So you're jigging them fish real tight to the bottom, and most of the time when you catch one, it seems like it's a perch. Is that common for Bago with the perch being really suspended like that?
Yeah, it's really common to see them perch suspended. You know, I'm in a 16-foot mud flat, so them fish are really chasing after the bait, and wherever the bait are, the perch are.
what I'm talking about, how you can have, you know, I set down this hole and I pounded 2 white bass right away, and now I got all these perch moving through, and it's just crazy how it can be, you know, one species first and then 5 minutes later another species. Makes it fun though, you know, not catching all the same fish. Really getting to learn, you know, how to dig the fish out here. Obviously every day is a different day, but makes it fun. Makes it challenging. That's what makes it fun. There we go. Looks like a white bass.
So I didn't fish very long that day, you know, I was only out from 6 till noon. So now we're going to go over to Justin on this small private lake up in northern Wisconsin. He's catching big bluegills, and it was a hell of a day, wasn't it?
Oh yeah. For what? So we headed up to northern Wisconsin on this private lake after these bluegills, and the bite started out real great in the morning, and it kind of started to taper off to where it was a sporadic bite, but we were still getting a few here and there. They're really finicky fish, so there's a lot to really know about targeting these fish, and we'll go over that. One thing I learned about these bluegills is, when I said they're really finicky, you had to have a really thin diameter line. We were running 2-pound tests on our jig poles, and the tip downs I had to go with about 4 just to have a little more strength on them. So not only were these fish finicky with the diameter of the line, but with that crystal clear water, it seemed like they only wanted to hit the bait when it was dead stick. So you could see I would jig it a little bit and you'd see the fish show up on the screen, but you'd have to leave it sit there. That's the only way they would touch it. They didn't want nothing to do with it if you'd move it. So I left it dead stick, and every single time they came up to it, they'd bite it.
Little guy. There's a little guy.
Oh, that's a dandy. Nice fish. So we got out there real early, about an hour before light out, and we drilled about 40 holes just so we could really cover the area. I started jigging when it was still kind of dark out yet, so unfortunately I wasn't able to catch some of them really nice gills on film just because the lighting wasn't there for the camera quality. So, I mean, we had a pretty good day all in all. It just, the bite kind of died off when it got light out, and that was pretty much our day out on that lake.
So now we're going to shoot over to Petenwell where it's extremely cold. I'm talking like -5 degrees and
yeah, it might even
20-mile-an-hour winds.
Might have been even more than that.
And it was cold, and we ran tip downs, and there's a certain way that we run them. We'll explain a little bit more in the film, and it just allowed us to catch the fish that we did. And all along, it was a good fishing day.
Yeah, it was definitely an awesome day. So one thing I'd really like to mention is when we target these panfish, crappies, bluegills, even walleyes, one of the biggest things that we look for when we go out is transitions. So if you got it where it runs from say 10 foot to 20, 30 feet of water, that's what we target most because these fish are going to move throughout the day. So something that's going to help you really find them transitions is the Navionics app on your phone. Anybody can download that. That's going to help you find them transitions, and I usually will stagger tip downs, or just Matt and I will jig from say 10 foot of water to 30 foot, whatever the transitions are, the depth changes you have. So you're going to find them fish are going to start out in one spot in the morning, and they're going to go deeper throughout the day, or vice versa. They're going to start out deeper and go shallower.
Yeah, and that Navionics app, I tell you what, it helps us a lot. I mean, I pay $6 a year for it, and it's unbelievable how it works. And
yep.
you know, in the video we were using tip downs. You know, we tried the jigging, we tried, you know, different lures, different everything, and they just didn't want it. The crappies were so finicky, and white bass, you know, everything that we were catching was just real finicky. And you know, the tip downs we were running rosy reds were the ticket for that day, and you know, it changes every day.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it does.
and you'll see in the film that, you know, we were using them bobbers to keep our line free from freezing up, and it was just so cold out. So that light bite and then tip downs just really were key for what we had going on.
Yeah, mainly because there's really no resistance there. So when they grab it, they're not feeling any tension. Whereas like a beaver dam tip up, they're gonna feel that because you got to spin the spool. Well, with a tip down, there's no resistance there.
Hey guys, we're out here using tip downs, catching the crappies, doing pretty good. Some of you might ask why that we have bobbers on the line, and I'll give it to Justin here to kind of explain what we're doing and why we're doing it. Keep in mind that it's probably negative 18 degrees out with the wind chill. It's cold, but using these bobbers allows us to keep using tip downs, you know, being really effective on a light bite. So
yeah guys, as Matt said, these bobbers are huge because it's about minus 18 with the wind chill, and if we didn't have these bobbers, we wouldn't be able to run these tip downs. Your line would just freeze in the hole, and it would make it really difficult. So if we use these bobbers here, they got the big hole in them. You blow them out, keep them clean, and then we use this bottle of de-icer from Fleet Farm, and you put that de-icer in the hole, it keeps your line moving through that bobber. So no matter what, if your hole freezes up, your line's going to keep moving freely through that bobber, and the fish won't feel any resistance. So that's why to use the bobbers. You're able to fish in any condition, no matter how cold it is. It just matters if you want to put up with it or not.
The lake now. It was a cold, miserable day. Like I said, temps were at 0 right now. We got probably 15-mile-an-hour winds. So we're gonna get out of here, and had a pretty decent day. Bite picked up really well in the afternoon. So anything you want to say?
Not much besides it was a cold one.
Today, guys, everything will be on Facebook and YouTube at Justin Koput Fishing.
Yeah, I can't thank you guys enough for watching. Feel free to share this and get it out there on social media. You're watching Supreme Outdoors. See you next time.